right, let's now bring you some breaking inputs coming in on the story. We are learning that Partha Chatterjee has reached the Bankshall Court hours after he was arrested by the ED. Remember, the ED has also extended the custody because earlier we were learning that Partha Chatterjee was expected to arrive in the national capital at the court. Let's also get you all those visuals of Partha Chatterjee arriving at the court today.
After facing an interrogation for over 24 hours, senior Trinamool Congress leader, minister in Mamata Banerjee's cabinet, Partha Chatterjee, who has been arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in the SSC scam, the alleged SSC scam, has now been brought to the Chief Metropolitan Magistrates Court in Kolkata. This is the Bankshall Court, which is named in common parlance, called in common parlance. And Partha Chatterjee, you can see the car has just arrived inside the premises of the court, and in fact is standing right in front of the court lockup. Partha Chatterjee is expected to disembark from that car shortly and would be taken inside, where he would be produced before the Chief Metropolitan Magistrate for custody. The ED obviously would be praying for his custody. You can see now the minister, Partha Chatterjee, senior Trinamool Congress leader, in that green kurta, just getting down from the car. He has disembarked, he has got down from the car and is slowly making his way towards the court lockup. That's the route that he would be taking, and he would go inside. He is now getting inside that lockup, from inside those iron barred doors, and he is inside right now. He has been taken inside, and he would appear before the Chief Metropolitan Magistrate in a short while from now. Obviously, it remains to be seen as to what is the prayer that the ED puts before the judge, whether the ED would pray for police custody, or it is just a judicial custody that they would seek for the time being, because Chatterjee, we are made to understand, would have to appear before a special ED court, a special PMLA court as soon as possible. That court is not in session today, probably would sit on Monday, and would Partha Chatterjee be brought again on that day, or whether the Chief Metropolitan Magistrate would grant the necessary custody, that we are not sure of at this point in time. Partha Chatterjee's aide, Arpita Mukherjee, has also been arrested just a short while back, and that huge amount of cash, over 21 crore rupees, that was found on her, along with other incriminating evidences and documents, as the investigating agency claims, like that of the mobile phones, other property documents, foreign currency, and so on. Is obviously the main set of evidence that the ED has at this point in time, and the job of the investigators would be to link Arpita Mukherjee's evidences to that of Partha Chatterjee, because it can be proved very easily that Arpita was indeed a very close aide of Partha Chatterjee. Chatterjee is here. Arpita Mukherjee is scheduled to be brought to this court in a short while from now. We'll have to see how the ED takes it forward from here on, what kind of custody it gets, what is the investigation process that the ED is planning to make from here on.
All right, so that was Arpita Mukherjee bringing you all the latest developments over there from Kolkata. Remember, it's a Bankshall Court that we are talking about, where Partha Chatterjee has just arrived. Those visuals, the latest visuals of Partha Chatterjee arriving at the Bankshall Court. Remember, the ED is going to play a very crucial role, because how they take this case forward in front of the Chief Metropolitan Magistrate is going to decide the fate of Partha Chatterjee. Remember, as Shogata was also highlighting right now, that what their prayer is going to be in front of the Chief Metropolitan Magistrate is going to be deciding the further custody of Partha Chatterjee as far as the ED is concerned. Having said that, in just a while from now, we can also expect Partha Chatterjee's close aide Arpita Mukherjee to be brought to the Bankshall Court itself. The matter has been gaining momentum. We've seen some rapid developments take place since yesterday. On Friday, remember, the ED conducted a series of raids. It was during these raids that a cash price, hard cash worth 20 crore rupees was recovered from Mukherjee's residence. Let's, on that note, also bring you some political reactions that have arrived after this entire controversy.
ED claims that this money is somewhere linked to the education ghotala, the SSC scam in West Bengal. How do you see this entire development and this arrest that has been made by Enforcement Directorate?
अभी जिनका घर पे भी, जिसका मिनिस्टर बोलिए, नेता नेत्री बोलिए, जिसका घर में भी पैसा है, उसको हटा दिया, फेंक दिया पानी में. ये बहुत पहले होने का था. ये बंगाल का एक हिस्टोरिकल एक एसएससी स्कैम का ये आप शुरुआत देख रहे हैं. ये कुछ भी नहीं है. 20 करोड़ 21 करोड़ जो मिला उनका क्लोज जो भी है उनका घर से, कुछ भी नहीं है. ये बहुत सारा करोड़ों का ये पूरा स्कैम है. और सबसे खराब लग रहा है कि हमारा जो फ्यूचर का जो युवा बोलिए, युवती बोलिए, जो भी है, जो मतलब जिसका टैलेंट है, उनको नौकरी नहीं दिया गया, उनको एडमिशन नहीं दिया गया. जिसके पास पैसा है उसके पास से पैसे लेके उसको जॉब दिया गया, उसको एडमिशन कराया गया.
With that, let's quickly get in a sense of perspective from our correspondent Arpita Mukherjee, who's been very closely tracking the minute-by-minute developments of this entire scam as it unfolds. Arpita, we've just seen Partha Chatterjee arrive at the Chief Metropolitan Magistrates Court. You were mentioning how crucial it will be now for the ED to take this case forward. What kind of prayer can we expect as far as the ED is concerned?
Well, the ED will obviously, pray for custody, for police custody, which is ED's own custody, because they would obviously want Partha Chatterjee to remain in their custody so that they could take the questioning and interrogation forward. Also, at the same time, since Arpita Mukherjee has also now been formally shown as arrested, she too will have to be produced in court. We are not sure exactly how that timeline would span out, but the idea is obviously to corroborate what Arpita Mukherjee would be stating in her official statements before the ED and those of Partha Chatterjee. We do know that a lot of incriminating evidences, including unbelievable amount of cash has been recovered. 21 crore rupees in cash recovered from her possession, from her person in her house, alongside also many other incriminating evidences like 22 mobile phones, foreign exchange currencies amounting to over 54 lakhs, gold and diamond jewelry of over 50 lakhs, and then also property documents of several other properties also recovered from her. So obviously, for someone who's been a part-time, actor, it is difficult for her to justify that kind of wealth that she was, storing on her person. That is
Right.
where the theory of illegal proceeds from the scam
Right.
is now coming into place. Two things that the ED has to do. One, obviously relate that amount of wealth to the scam or the alleged scam that has taken place. And and two, link that with directly with Partha Chatterjee and bring the entire the Trinamool connection into all of this beyond doubt. So that is the job of the investigators. But that is only one part of the job,
Right.
because that is only the ED's part. There is also the
Right.
CBI